like old home week here with some folks.
After all this time.
I'm Reverend Debbie. I am so happy that you guys are here with us. And this center is based on the fundamental truth that there is a power for good in the universe, and we can all consciously use it. And to that end, our mission is to teach, demonstrate, and inspire that positive, that spiritual approach to living consciously. And with that, we are going to start ourselves off today with some music. We have Victoria and James.
Hey. What's it? It's too loud. It's a little too loud. A little bit. All right.
It's actually, guitarists aren't supposed to say turn it down.
Turn it up.
Check. Hey. Wild Aster softly grows, seeds and shadowed rose, touching lives we meet. Cedars whisper sweet, birch bark softly sighs under opal skies. Juniper that bends, moss where peace extends. Give and let it flow softly, let it show. Open hearts will see. Give and set it free. Pinion paths alive, echo starry signs, roots in umber clay, twilight's gentle sway. Trust like elder trees, hum of honey bees, circle wild and free. Gifts from earth and sea. Give and let it flow softly, let it show. Open hearts will see. Give and set it free. Threads of woven light, colors bold and bright, in the giving guide, love where we reside.
Thank you. All right. And now we have, excuse me, we have a group reading. So join me as we affirm the following. I am ready to deepen my conviction in the power and presence. I am ready to apply it in my daily life. I am ready to receive God's highest blessings. I'm ready to live from a higher level of beingness. I'm ready to be a transformative light in the world. So it is, huh? All right. Let's center ourselves with prayer, shall we? If you would just join me and let us take a couple of those wonderful breaths, because what I know is that right here and right now, that breath is Spirit breathing us. That in this moment, where we are, where we always are, is holy ground, because we are that divine expression of the One. I know that God, Spirit, universe, one mind, one heart, whatever you call it, it is working through, for, and as us, experiencing its creation as we experience our life. And I take that truth serious. And in this moment, I just allow Thanksgiving to fill me. I'm thankful for this life, for this day, for this teaching, for this gathering, for this community. I'm just thankful. And I know that all is well. All is well with our souls. So I just let this be. So it is. Okay, so we recognize that there's not only a lot of names for the one, but there are a lot of paths and a lot of traditions and a lot of rituals. And so I'm going to invite Brent to come up as we honor the more traditional paths to the one by lighting the flames of faith.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right? So we light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. Thank you, Brent. And now I invite all of us to take a moment and just recognize that flame within, that spark of divine love and joy and knowledge. That spark of life. All right. And now we have an inspirational reading by Joan.
Good morning, everybody. This reading focuses on shifting from collective anxiety to individual peace through new thought principles, unity, inner power, and shifting consciousness. The shelter of the untouched self. Good morning. We live in an interconnected world, and often we feel the weight of collective anxieties, the shared doubts, the worries of the world, and the buzzing noise of what if. It is easy to let our consciousness become a mirror for the chaos outside, forgetting our innate, immovable, and peaceful center. But there is a spiritual truth that transcends all uncertainty. The chaos is in the world, but not of our true essence. As we gather here in unity, we are reminded of the words of Eric Butterworth, who often taught that we must not be a thermostat, regulating our peace based on the cold or hot conditions of the world. Instead, we are tasked with being a lighthouse, standing firm, radiant, and unaffected by the storm. Doubt is merely a feeling, not a fact. Anxiety is a temporary reaction, not our identity. Later, as we move into our talk today, consciously release the collective fear. Imagine it simply passing through you like clouds passing through the sky. The sky is not the clouds. It remains blue and expansive underneath. Let us breathe in peace and breathe out fear. We are safe, we are guided, we are one. And so it is.
Eastern sun melt the cold from my bones, couldn't rise. the darkness from my eyes, breathing in, pulling life into my lungs. As a child, I am born again. Eastern sun, melt the cold from my bones. Curtains rise, take the darkness from my eyes, breathing in, pulling life into my lungs. As a child, I am born again. Eastern sun, melt the cold from my bones. Curtains rise, take the darkness from my eyes, breathing in, pulling life into my lungs. As a child, I am born again. Eastern sun, melt the cold from my bones. Curtains rise, take the darkness from my eyes, breathing in, pulling life into my lungs. As a child, I am born again. Eastern sun, melt the cold from my bones. Breathing in, Eastern sun, melt the cold from my bones. Curtains rise, take the darkness from my eyes, breathing in, pulling life into my lungs. As a child, I am born again.
Lovely. All right, sit back, get ready. Here she comes, Reverend Joanne.
Thank you for that lovely tune, and thank you for the reading. You just did such a nice job on that reading. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about this kind of communal concerns we have, communal doubts that we have, and thank you, Reverend Debbie, for everything you do all the time. So glad to have you back here after being out for a while ill. So this month of May, the theme for the month is divine doubt. And what we've covered over the last few weeks, the first week I talked a little bit about when we meet uncertainty with compassion and curiosity, it can be the starting place for growth and for spiritual discovery. We can go deeper. So deep doubt does not necessarily mean something bad. It's something we can grow from. In the second week, Jeff stood in for Debbie talking about debuting the doubting self, and he was talking about how good it is when we stop pretending to be certain about everything, to say, you know, no, I'm not certain about everything. I've got some doubts, and let's talk about this stuff. And then today, carrying our doubts together. And so this is something that, you know, when we have our individual doubts, we kind of do it by ourselves. It's isolating. But when we have communal doubts, we can share them with other people. We can talk about them. And so that's where we're gonna go today with this stuff. When I first read about this communal doubts, I thought, well, what do I have in common with somebody else? What doubt? Now, if you would come to me and say, I really sometimes doubt that when I say my prayers, that there really is a higher power that's going to really give me some support in this. I'm going to say, I don't share that doubt with you, because there's no doubt in my mind that there is a power in the universe that has the perfect solution to any perceived dilemma I have in my life, and I trust that. So that's not a doubt we share. But if you said to me, gee, Joanne, I've been thinking about heaven. What on earth is that going to be like? I just can't get my arms around it, and I'm thinking this and that, and how does that work, and are we going to have bodies? And I'm thinking to myself, I have 2 late husbands. There's two husbands in the other realm. So what's going to happen there? It's just very interesting to me how we don't know. I mean, certain people have experiences, and yet when they come back with these experiences like near-death experiences and stuff like that, they all kind of sound a little bit alike. A friend of mine had an accident, and she said, yeah, I was looking at my body in the car. I'm somewhere up here, and then she said I had this experience that, it's not a judgment, but it's kind of a discussion in this other arena. And she said it was sort of a discussion, and the discussion was, you have to go back into that body, and what you need to do yet, Mary, is you have to make some peace with your ex-husband. That was what she was. Political unrest in our country. I don't think there are very many people that don't have a little angst about what's going on. War in Iran, social injustices we see all over the place. So there's all kinds of things that I think as a whole group that we can share with people. And when we share things like that, we can talk about them and hopefully work for some different answers in our life. I'm going to share with you this one author that was quoted here talks about this. His name is Cole Arthur Riley. He wrote a book called Spirituality, Liberation, and the Stories That Make Us. And here's what he said. And there are also voices that are unable to exist in the tension of who we are and what we believe, and who they desire us to be, and what they desire for our beliefs. This is the life of a human, particularly a human with any concern for belonging or survival. We are dragged with such force into so many directions that our souls, disoriented, are unable to find their way back to center. And for most of us, the journey can be costly. And this is the sentence that really grabbed me. In spirituality, this leads many of us to profess beliefs that we do not truly believe. And most of you know the angst I went through years ago when I was a young adult, and I was not believing what I professed to believe every Sunday when I went to church. I was professing that I am a poor, miserable sinner, and that I am deserving of dying in hell and being punished forever and ever. And I absolutely did not believe that. I said it because that's what we all said. It was expected. And it was very difficult for me. For years, I struggled with this because I didn't have a community to talk to about it. Everybody that I knew, my family, my friends, were all from this idea that we are these terrible people that better be darn grateful that Jesus died for us. Otherwise, there's a place for us to suffer forever. I did not believe that. And so it was only when a guy that came into the brokerage firm where I worked, He was telling us how to sell oil and gas programs. And he gave a little, like a day or half day or day seminar, and after his seminar, he held up this Science of Mind magazine, and he said, I don't want to preach to you, but this is a magazine that has helped me set goals and has helped me stay positive. Out of a room of about 25, 30 brokers, 2 women, me and Dee Ray, guess who the 2 people in the room that bid on this? Me and Dee. And we bid on it, and we stayed with it ever since. And unfortunately, as many of you know, Dee died a couple years ago, and I had a nice dream about her a couple nights ago, and we were going to the theater, and it was just lovely. So anyway, that's how I got introduced to this. And once I read that magazine, this is what I believe. This is a belief I can embrace. So it's so wonderful to have a community where we can express the things we believe and the doubts that we have, if that's the case. So, yet there is this divine doubt that we have. These are concerns that we have, these things that we, kind of niggle at us. And we need to delve into these things. It's not good just to push them away and say, well, I just won't think about that. It's like my sister said when she had told me, she's very much a fundamental Christian, she told me one time she didn't believe in hell. I'm like, what? I called her the next week and I said, well, if you don't believe in hell, what do you think Jesus died to save you from? And she said, I don't really think about that. And I would guess that there are an awful lot of mainstream Christians that are in that boat. It's just not something they think about. And I think a lot of the churches, not all of them, but a lot of them are not talking so much about that anymore. So it's not good to push these things away. When we have doubts, it's good for us to examine them, look at them, and consider how we can learn and grow from them. So I'm gonna cover 3 points today. Wake up, Anthony. He's gonna put a slide or 2 up there, I think. So the first point is this: doubt is a human experience. So we all have doubt. It's not something to be ashamed of or sweep under the rug. It's something that we share with humanity. And the weight of the things that are uncertain can press on us. Sure pressed on me when I had doubts about what I was saying on Sunday mornings. Really affected me in a big way year after year till I finally got some help. So when we're having doubts with our community, though, we can talk about it, we can converse about it, we can say, what do you think about this? I've been worried about that. How do you deal with this? Give me some ideas. Tell me a book to read that'll maybe shed some light on this. Let's get it out in the open. And we can think about, are these painful patterns before us inevitable? Is the things we see in our life, do we have to say, well, such is life? Or can we think to ourselves, this can be transformed from something that doesn't look so appealing to something that is good? And I think we need to examine our doubts and take it from something that we're not clear about to something that we can shine a light on and go deeper and have a deeper and more comforting faith. So this is something we can do together. We can do it individually, we can also do it together. The second discussion point is collective doubt. The collective doubt is what we're talking about, that doubt we share together. And it's usually more visible because like if you have your own doubt, you don't share it, it's not visible. But when we watch the news and we talk about it, yeah, it's visible. It's pretty much in our face all the time, these things that we're concerned about. So sharing with others, connecting with others, that's a good thing, because we make a connection. We can share with somebody and feel like, okay, I'm not alone in this, and we can work on it. We can see if we can shine some light on it. We can honor doubt. It's not a weakness, but it's maybe a necessary starting place to make some changes. And there's something about sharing with people that feels good, like you're walking hand in hand on this journey together, that feels pretty good. And then the third point is collective subconscious's role in personal doubt. Collective subconscious, Ernest Holmes called it race consciousness. We sometimes call it collective subconscious or collective suggestion. And that's sort of like a reservoir of all these thoughts, all these things that have ever been thought or said or worried about race. And so race suggestion does not mean black or white. Race means human race and the things that we have in common. When I read about this, I could not help but thinking about what I've learned in my dream group. We've had a group that talks about nighttime dreams. I've been in it for, 25 years or so maybe. And we share our dreams, we talk about our dreams. And what I found really interesting is some of these dreams that I have, are the same dreams that people are having on the other side of the earth. Same dreams. We call them archetype dreams. What's the word? Archetypal. And isn't that interesting? I mean, one of the dreams I used to have, and I don't have it anymore at all, but I used to dream that my teeth were falling out. And not everybody has that dream, but some people have that dream. And that is something that's universal. Why do we dream that our teeth are falling out, for crying out loud? And one of the explanations of the teeth falling out is losing control, not being in control of your life at that particular time. So I had a lot of those dreams a few years ago. Not so much anymore. And I'm not going to go into it, but we have a lot of bathroom dreams. I'm not going to go into it. But you probably have this, where the stool is not in a private little room somewhere with a door on it. You're in the middle of either a restaurant or the library or wherever. And, what is that? To me, that's vulnerability. You're pretty vulnerable when you're out there like that. And the other thing about the toilet dreams a lot of times is the toilet is not flushing properly. Those are quite frequent. And to me, that is just thinking about things that are going the wrong direction for you, things that are in your life where you're stuck. And I just find that really interesting that is universal. Everybody has those dreams. It really, speaks, I think, to the oneness in the world. Oneness, not just with things like wars and political unrest and stuff, but lots of stuff. We all have that thing together. Snakes is another one of the dreams that people have. I had a snake dream, 25 years ago, probably. Very clear in my head yet. Now, this was a good snake dream, because some dreams about snakes are about like unknown things, fears, things that could pop up. Like when you see a snake, it startles you. And that's part of what a dream, a snake is about in a dream, that something that we're not prepared for. But snakes also shed their skin. And that shedding of skin means new life, a change, something that was kind of crusty looking and old to something that's bright and new. And so that again is one of those dreams. And then of course there's the flying dream. Anybody have flying dreams? And I love the flying. I haven't had so many lately, but I love when I have them because they're just so different and they're so exciting, and it's one way that I know that I'm dreaming. So I ask myself, whoa, I'm flying, this is a dream. And then that gives me more freedom to just work with it and see where I want to go. But there is something about our beings, our lives, that is universal with everybody. And certainly one of those things is our doubts, and it's really important for us, instead of turning away from these things that maybe scare us a little or that we don't know what to deal with, to share them, talk to people about them, talk out loud. And we're just better served when we use this as an opportunity for growth. I'm going to repeat something that I can't remember who did the reading a few weeks ago, but I just think it's worth repeating. And this whole magazine for the month of May is about doubt. Doubt as devotion. It's so worthwhile. If you don't have this magazine, you can get it at Barnes & Noble, but subscribe to it, get it, and always have it. This is such a staple of my morning meditations. But one of the things it says in here about doubt is this: when doubt puts faith to the test, we can see it as an opportunity for deep devotion, for immersing, grounding, and centering ourselves in faith, for creating an inner openness for love and peace and serenity to flow, leaving no room for doubt. And again, doubt isn't a bad thing as long as we deal with it and use it for that growth. So give some thought to this. You know, what are your fears, your personal fears, and then what fears you think you might share with society or your community? And if you're interested in doing a little homework, I thought this was a nice suggestion, and that is, if you've got something that's kind of on your mind, weighing on you a little bit heavily, and giving you a little unrest, think about just taking a minute. Take a deep breath, get into a place where you can spend a minute alone, and just be with that doubt. Just, say to Spirit, this is what I'm going through. I'm sitting here, and I'm willing to do whatever it is or learn whatever it is to get over this hump. And I think if we would do that more often, if we were aware of these things that are bugging us or challenging us, and just really take the time to go within, speak to our higher power and say, I'm willing for this to be worked on. I'm willing to take that extra step, willing to learn and to grow. So I would invite you now to join me in a spiritual mind treatment. These spiritual mind treatments, or an affirmative prayer, are, I say them as though they're for me. I say them in first person, but they are for you too. So just please take a deep breath if you like. Close your eyes. I know there's just one power in the universe. That power is a power of peace and joy and love and abundance and balance. That power has a perfect solution to any perceived dilemma in my life. And I know that that very power that created everything in everyone is the same power that experiences life in, through, and as its creation, in, through, and as me. That perfect power within me is always there, always for me. And so with that perfect power within, I declare right now that even though sometimes my doubts and anxieties seem to stifle me, I now set an intention to face the concerns and perhaps share my concerns with others who just might have the same concerns, and use the opportunity to work together to find new answers. I trust my higher power leads me to the highest and best way of living. And I'm grateful that this is how life works. This is the law. As Jesus said, it is done unto me as I believe. And what a blessing to live in this sea of possibilities, guided by a power greater than I am. So I release these words, knowing that all is good, and I let that beneficent conspiracy do the work, and so it is.
The wind that shakes the barley will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley won't shake me. Like my mama told me, this I know when I see. Well, the fire that takes a kindling, it will not take me. The fire that takes a kindling, it will not take me. The fire that takes a kindling won't take me. Like my mama told me, this I know when I see. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey. But rain that floods the valley, it will not drown me. The rain that floods the valley, it will not drown me. The rain that floods the valley, won't drown me. Like my grandma told me, this I know when I see. But the hawk that stoops the sparrow, it will not strike me. The hawk that stoops the sparrow, it will not strike me. The hawk that stoops the sparrow won't strike me. Like my grandma told me, this I know when I see. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey. Well, the dark before the dawn breaks, it will not bind me. The dark before the dawn breaks, it will not bind me. The dark before the dawn breaks, it will not bind me. Like my mama told me, this I know when I see. Well, the wind that shakes the barley, it will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley, it will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley won't shake me. Like my mama told me, this I know when I see. Oh, 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 hey, hey, hey. Oh, 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 oh. The wind that shakes the barley, it will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley won't shake me like my mama told me. This I know when I see.
How wonderful. Okay, so here we are, spiritually fed, musically fed, and now we get to give back. Yay! This is our time for conscious giving. And the word conscious is really, truly important, because when we give consciously from that place of knowing who and whose we are, from that place of really understanding that our abundance, our prosperous life, it is ours to the degree that we claim it. And in this moment, I invite you to join me as I claim that this gift is given from a place of love and security and abundance. And it goes out, it does great works. Great works. And it comes back in wonderful, joyful, such delightful ways. I know that this is true. So it is. All right.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
All right, we bless the gifts, we bless the givers, and there are so many ways to give. So I greatly appreciate it. And we have a gift for you, and that is the gift of spiritual mind treatment. It is a type of affirmative prayer. You can either online fill out a prayer request. If you're here, we've got a prayer box. Or you can see either Celeste, Jeff, Joanne, or myself, and we can do some prayer work right here and right now. Oh, and Leif. You snuck in on us. Anyway, all of us are available for prayer. And it's a wonderful thing, to be honest with you. It's a wonderful thing for us to be able to do. So there's that. Speaking of other things to do together, we have a book discussion around The Universe is Calling by Eric Butterworth. It's on Wednesday nights. It's at 7 o'clock. It's about an hour long. It's a drop-in, so if you are interested, you can go to our website and sign up. I send an email out at the beginning of the week, and I'll cover sort of like what the chapters. We're talking about prayer, actually, and our cosmic counterpart this coming Wednesday. So we would love to have your voice, your opinions, your questions, your doubts. We would love to have any of that. Suit up and show up for the call. It's actually a quite delightful conversation. And I think this book discussion will be our last one until September. So there's that. After the gathering, after fellowship today, we are actually going to be doing a potluck, and you are all invited. If you have something to bring, great. If you don't, that's great too, because we've got plenty. That's the one thing about this center. We always have plenty. So you can see Jeff or I for the address. We'll give it to you, and so it's like not even 10 minutes from here. And we would love to have you. So we've got that going on. And I think that's it. Oh, Wednesday mornings, that's right. We'll talk about discussion. Wednesday morning, Joanne and I get together at 10 o'clock via Zoom. You guys are all welcome to drop in and chat with us about whatever's on your mind. And if nothing's on your mind, there will be something on your mind when we get done. Guaranteed. And the other thing is that this community is built as a community of love and a community of service. So if you are interested in participating service-wise, there's a sign-up sheet through June. You can sign up to do the reading, you can sign up to light candles, and you can sign up to bring a goodness to share for fellowship. There's lots of empty spots, imagine that. So we would love to have your John Hancock signature on that sheet of paper. And with that, I am going to pray us out. Joanne is going to bless us out. Victoria and James are going to sing us on out of here. So get your tap and shoes ready. But first, join me as we again take that moment of a breath. And we just acknowledge that oneness. We acknowledge how blessed we are. We acknowledge how healthy and wealthy and wise, joyous, joyful, and loving. These are not just words. These are statements of truth. And in this moment, I invite you to join me as I become willing to express more of that good, to express it, to share it, to savor it, to give thanks for it. What I know is that in this moment, all is well, and all will be well. I know that Spirit is doing all of the heavy lifting, and I am willing to allow it to do that. Because what is mine to do is to remember the truth and to suit up and show up in gratitude and in joy. I just say thank you. Just thank you. And so it is.
I'll leave you with this blessing. May you be at peace. May you know the beauty of your own true nature. May your heart be open. May you be healed. May you be blessed. Namaste.
All right, you guys all know this. Why don't you stand up? You can dance in your spot.
All right.
Or as Reverend Debbie was saying, put on your tap shoes.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go. If any of you know tap, all right. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.